Krenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Krenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
I have to say, this is not disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
My God.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
I think the confrontation is inevitable.
It doesn't have to be like this, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois.
She looks at me, eyes damp from the wind.
One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Krenel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in 3rd or 4th world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
4th world country, my God. I went to India when I was 7 years old, and I saw like immense poverty and such, so a step down from that is a bleak thought indeed. I guess maybe you could consider like failed states 4th world countries, places like Somalia and such where the government has collapsed.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Anything else?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Krenel.
Could you contact the company? Tell them to call them off.
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Actually, we have, but maybe he's just lying to Joyce.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
So even his colleagues believe that he assaulted her. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color? The deceased's.
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a pang of regret to her voice.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining two mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
So sure enough, all my observations about the scab leader helped this. If I don't succeed this role, I will be pissed.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the goon in ill-fitting clothes by the harbour gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
One is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
I had another question for you.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob. and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There is a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
That's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Can you tell me about these tattoos now?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Port cities. On the oceans. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the DeLorean century. As early as 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
Oh shit, this is probably gonna unlock the fucking map wall check. I'm gonna use the map and my interfacing skill to point, to map exactly where those points are. I feel nauseous, far too much nicotine. Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
I need the information.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all for now. Alright. Rhetoric, legendary. Need to upgrade my rhetoric so I can get that fucking sandwich. The backyard wall. I'll try that as well. Which is worse? Impossible. Oh shit, fuck. What the hell? Or legendary. Okay, impossible is easier. Maybe I should wait. You know what, I'll hold on to this skill point for a moment. Run over here, see if I can get a successful dice roll. Then if it doesn't work, I can immediately place another point into it and try again.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Because you see it. Finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows. The colors.
Let the conceptual joy flow into my pupils and blossom into thoughts in my brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
More!
O Wallfather.
Kim, I must paint this wall, add even more beauty to it.
Huh?
He sounds tired of it all. Cindy the Skull has all the necessary materials. Talk to her.
First, I know you're tired, Kim, but take another look at this wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty.
Sure.
The lieutenant looks up at the wall reluctantly, then back at me. I must talk to Cindy, get the necessary materials from her.
If you must.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Cindy, I need some paint. And your brush, too.
What for?
The apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people.
What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? Why do you really need it?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art... But what kind of art are we talking about?
Everything is sad and shit, and we need to make art to make it okay. Just give me the brush.
Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art on my conscience.
To crush a man's dreams like that. I hope you're happy.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck In life and in everything.
Let's roll the dice.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
Man, that's lame.
No, it's great.
I'm gonna paint a self-portrait, but sort of, you know, from the inside, to show people what it's like.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, piggo.
Fine, I won't do that. Just give me some paint and a brush. I need to do some art.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits.
Thank you.
Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Can't I just use paint?
Are you kidding me? Fuel oil is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian as ordinary paint.
Kim, my friend, would you be willing to sacrifice some of your fuel oil for art?
My fuel oil is for my kinema. Use your own fuel.
Fuck! I sold the fucking canister of oil because I didn't think I'd have any use for it. You piece of shit. Fuck! I don't think I could buy that back either.
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
Wait. When did this countdown begin?
Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality, are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it? This is because of the insane world ending? What? World ending rhetoric is probably what they meant.
Yes, you spoke the words of the palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
I'm a little afraid.
So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos.
I do think the world might end soon.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Cop of the Apocalypse. -1 rhetoric for a while because I've become a rambling madman. I woke up in a hotel room and started rambling about the end of the world. It's not your normal everyday doom crying either. Something truly colossal is approaching. The gloaming, the culling, the bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Until now, I've been pleasantly vague about the precise nature of this cataclysm. No more. Put the bloodletting on the burner and really figure out what's threatening the fragile physical reality I just found myself in. I'm kind of pissed off at myself. I had no... I mean, I guess I could have used, like, hindsight and the fact that I wanted to paint that wall, I assumed. But damn it, I would not have sold that fucking canister of fuel if I... I'm irritated now. I am irritated. Alright, so let's go see if I can buy it back from Roy, although I don't think I'll be able to. And failing that, I'll probably have to wait until Kim goes to bed, and then I can steal some of his. Oh, I just realized that's why it keeps giving me the option to tap the fuel gauge. I'm gonna have to fuck with it so Kim doesn't notice. That could have dire consequences, though. Maybe there's a fucking car chase mechanic, a car chase scene later on. Let's just hope that we can buy it back from Roy.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure. Let me have anything else you're thinking of selling?
I really can't buy anything back? Oh, god damn it, man. Fuck.
Another time back.
Damn it. Damn it. Whatever. I'll forgive myself that. I thought it was useless. I was wrong. Alright, what else can I do? This is probably going to be a mistake. I'll go ahead and quick save in case I die. Let's go talk to the scab leader. Let's confront him directly.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Excuse me, I had further inquiries.
Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
Maybe.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
Are you a mercenary hired by Wild Pines?
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here. You understand?
It just has to be said, that was not a convincing line.
Is there a tribunal being convened by any chance?
Fucking bug.
He breathes out slowly, his giant chest deflating and his mouth slightly open.
I'm going to interpret that as a yes. There's a tribunal, and it won't be long until it's ready.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
Hell no, I'm just an honest scab? That didn't sound too convincing.
Fucking loincloth.
He stares me down mutely for a second.
Loincloth? Now you see, that's not really what a scab would say, is it? Better not to press the issue further, sire. He seems tense. The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrowed. Slowly, he's trying to get his right-to-work dance back on.
Oh, well, since he's nice and agitated, let's show him the picture of his dead friend. I think you can help me decipher these tattoos.
Don't think so.
It was on you, Colonel.
Wordless, he takes the photo and looks at it. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving, hard as a stone, but beneath it...
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Can you tell me what the tattoo means?
What it means.
He points to one tiny star in the web of lines away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach.
in what must have been Seminine.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here?
Yes.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission.
Benital is one of the inhabited islands of the Seminese archipelago, near the Pale. Covered in jungle, it was anchor point for the Seminese nationalists in the proxy war held on the islanders' territory.
I'm an island boy! Man, they sure fell the fuck off, didn't they?
He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kipped villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
He licks his lips as if drunk suddenly.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon...
His voice gets strangely quiet, a long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper.
At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason, the kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch.
Jesus Christ.
God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now.
My God. I half expected the sexual assault, but I definitely underestimated the depravity.
Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach.
You were there?
No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock, being a bouncer.
You can have that.
Nah, you've earned it.
All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
I'm just gonna leave now. Alright, that is a good place to call it. Don't think I've ever played this game for about 4 hours at a sitting. Who would have guessed that the absence of alcohol is conducive to productivity? At any rate, I will see you all in the next video. And I hope you all have a good one. and I hope you still enjoy this series. It's proven to be my most popular and also my most rewarding. This is one of the best games I've ever played. And it's came to me at a very appropriate time in my life. When I started playing this game, I was drinking. There were many times where I would drink and end up passing out on the couch with this game paused. So I can relate to Harry perhaps more than the average person. At any rate, you all have a good one.